This short film gives us a deeper lens into our relationship with flowers and the language that comes from behind them. Here we are given a display of beautiful bouquet of white roses, and as the person begins to alter and try to give it some TLC and essentially turn it into an art piece almost. You see them paint on the flowers, and the more that they act with the flowers, the more disarray and chaotic it becomes. Water is spilled, and with this sense of white flowers, generally speaking, it is this sense of innocence and purity, and this purity has then had water spilt, which could be a rebirth or a death almost within that universe. And so here we get to have this sense of, is this an act in which we are displaying maybe a romantic gesture? Is this an act of grief and providing flowers in the sense of comfort? What can this be for us? The more that we as humans develop a relationship with nature, the more that we put responsibility on in this earth, the more that we destroy it. The ideas behind flowers can be a simple romantic gesture or an act on humanity on whether or not our touch can be deadly.
The emotion in this was amazing, even though you never really saw the actor. You saw a clip of his face and it was kind of cut off at this, but it was you could still feel his emotions going across because you could see what he was doing with the flowers with his hands. You could hear his heavy breathing as he got tense. You could tell a lot of things were going on without actually having to see his facial expressions. It's always remarkable when a filmmaker is able to get an actor to do this without actually seeing their faces, because a lot of times our eyes tell it, and using this shows that other senses can be invoked to really tell the story about the frustration by just keeping one long angle and one solid angle on flowers as this actor comes in and out of it taking care of it. It's quite remarkable in how that tells a story in and of itself.
In the short film Flowers, to start, I really liked the use of sound, the added foley of, as the flowers are being touched and moved and thrown was a really cool element to add, and the use of music was great for setting the tone. I also really liked the consistent perspective of the flowers as he's throwing them around or messing with them. There was definitely a lot of hidden meaning in this film and different ways to interpret what the flowers represent. Perhaps like a tainting of innocence or disruption of serenity. It was very well thought out, and overall, I really liked the concept.
Flowers was a very pretty and poetic approach for a short film. I like the way that it used flowers throughout the piece and then played with them, and it gave an impression of being a still life artwork, even though it was through the medium of film. I thought that was really creative.
Flowers was a fun and engaging short film. I loved the experimental style filmmaking it had, the no dialogue, single location, focusing on a single object like the flowers. I thought this was such a great representation of life and death, showcasing how the flower blooms and dies and then comes back to life. A great representation of the human cycle. So well done.